this meeting and provide us with the information that we need to make wise decisions. Thank you for all your blessings that you have provided us in the past, as we continually ask for the same in the future. We ask all these things in your holy name. Amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here.
Here.
Did everybody sign the visitor working its way around the corner? Is the mayor there today? He is.
Yeah, here?
Yeah, he's
Okay,
there.
I thought you did. No.
The mayor's there.
And that's what I'm going to start the meeting off with. Dear members of the council, please accept this letter as my formal resignation from the office of mayor of the village of Willshire, effective immediately. I have appreciated the opportunity to serve our community and am grateful for the support of council, staff, and residents. I will cooperate to ensure an orderly transition and will make myself available to assist with transfer of duties through a short transition period. Please direct any formal notices or paperwork regarding my resignation to sincerely, Amos D. Stauffer. So at this time, I have 2 vacant seats for,
She dates the metro applications. It should still suffice.
okay,
So, about the 2 vacant seats, we only advertised for 1. We as a council have 30 days to appoint the other seat. Something that you might not be aware of, Denise, is, and I only know this because after you said we should get familiar with the Ohio Board of Ethics, they call it, the exact term is nepotism. And because you, we sent out we got an email.
Yeah.
And you put on there that, Kendra was not on the ballot
Right.
and your daughter-in-law was
Right.
on the ballot. Because you even like brought it up,
Yeah.
that falls under that,
Okay.
just so you're aware.
Yeah, we can.
it does what?
It falls under nepotism according to the Ohio Board of Ethics. So her daughter-in-law can apply. She can't make mention of it. Just so you're aware.
Yeah. Well,
Did you or Amos said?
I actually didn't, they were notified, Brad and Mayor was
I
notified.
was just going off the email.
Yeah, so
And
they
it
were
was
actually,
sent to,
right, they were sent to the mayor and to Brad. I didn't
And
have
Jody?
anything to do with it.
was supposedly sent to,
Yeah.
and as far as Kendra goes, he suggested her, you seconded. No, yeah, you did.
Oh, no, I didn't. But I'm not saying that she's a bad appointee, I'm just saying, just so we're aware.
Absolutely, I appreciate that, thank you.
We have 30 days to appoint, the council has 30 days to appoint,
I think the mayor has up to 30 days, but council can vote.
so we have
The
30.
people get to vote as well, right, for a new mayor?
At an election.
Nope, the president automatically gets it when the mayor resigns.
So,
Fantastic.
so,
It's okay.
Seriously?
so,
Yep.
We need, an order.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm gonna make this clear. I'm gonna say it once, and after that, the sheriff will be called for anybody. If you're not on the agenda and you're not called for, you have no right to speak.
So I have a question. So does that mean
Nope.
none of us, no, that's not
That's a
public
violation
meeting.
of First Amendment rights and open council floor.
Yeah, this is, no, this is, a go ahead, call the sheriff. This is a public meeting.
Go ahead, call the cops.
Call the cops, it's a public meeting.
Okay, so hold on, y'all.
All right.
fine, before the cops get here,
The meeting's off for now.
That's
Talk to you
fine.
later.
I'll read what I wanna read then.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Right, right. So you wanna come in here, disrespect this whole town? Dude, this is crazy.
We've got a
This is
position of
crazy.
people wanting you off.
Yeah.
And I had this whole thing to be nice and polite about the whole thing, but this is ridiculous.
No, they're not nice and polite, so why should we be nice and polite?
Because
You
we're
can
not,
sit up here and
no,
talk
Let
crazy.
me
we're
ask
not,
you,
we're not
let
going
me
that
ask
level.
you one question.
Of course.
What have I done that is not permissible by the Ohio revised codes? I've tried to get rid of the trash in this town. I've tried to get people to mow their yards. What else have I done? Have I climbed fences to get stuff? No.
Stood on the back of your golf cart and took pictures.
So
You were
pictures
sitting
were,
several times.
okay, there was
Oh,
videos and
why did I
pictures.
take pictures
I'm not
of
saying you, but there was videos and pictures that people have.
Yes, I
Somebody,
I
need to
motion
vote on
and he
that,
seconded.
need to vote on
I
that.
motioned it
That
and
was
he seconded
yours.
it.
Then we,
I need to sell it.
It could be, you would be more respected if you guys handled it differently and had respect for others. You don't have respect.
So we're just gonna cancel the meeting rather than listening to what we have to say?
Nope.
Is that what I'm hearing?
I'd like to
No,
just
we'll
vote.
vote.
I'm not getting in trouble with the ethics committee.
About what?
Agenda items, because you do have to be on the agenda, it has to be followed, I just don't wanna get in
That's
trouble.
Robert's rules.
I just don't wanna get in trouble.
Robert's rules.
Who's Robert?
You need to look at it.
I don't need to look at anything. We are allowed to talk
Yep.
in a meeting.
No, you are not.
Well, then you'll not call the sheriff. Have fun.
Yeah, let's call the cops, go ahead.
Hold on, let me, I was given a list of residents who would like to see both Kim Carr and Brad Carr removed from the village council and zoning committee positions. The concerns expressed by many members of this committee stem from a belief that the decisions being made are not consistently putting the people and best interests of Wilshire first. I understand that serving on council is often a difficult and thankless responsibility. It requires time, effort, and dedication. And I recognize that those who serve do so because they care about the community. However, these positions also carry a significant responsibility to listen to constituents respectfully, thoughtfully, consider concerns, and lead with professionalism and empathy. Over the course of many meetings, residents and even fellow council members have expressed concerns about the tone and manner in which discussions are handled. Too often, community members who come forward with questions or concerns feel dismissed, belittled, or met with frustration rather than understanding. Productive leadership requires patience, accountability, and a willingness to hear differing opinions, even when they are difficult to hear. There is also a growing concern regarding how zoning and property matters are being approached. While I believe everyone wants Wilshire to remain a clean and safe and welcoming community, many residents feel the current approach has become overly aggressive and punitive. Actions such as photographing residents' properties, sorry, I don't like talking in front of people,
Keep going.
and issuing threats or citations to people who may already be struggling have created division and resentment within the village, rather than cooperation and pride in our community. Wilshire is a small town, and like any close community, disagreements will happen. Residents do not always express themselves perfectly during meetings, and I include myself in that statement. However, the community deserves leadership that responds calmly, respectfully, and professionally, especially during moments of disagreement or criticism. Being a council member means more than simply attending meetings or reciting an oath of office. It means putting the needs of the town above personal pride, remaining accountable to the people you represent, and creating an environment where residents feel heard. rather intimidating.
Okay, I wanna hear what she has to say.
That's
Thank you.
fine, but then
Thanks.
as far as the meeting's
Keep
concerned.
going, sweetheart. You're doing great.
I do not believe that Brad or Kim are bad people. Many of us have long known Brad as Coach Carr, someone who positively impacted many children in this community through baseball and mentorship. My son still thinks very highly of Brad.
The town.
I have heard many wonderful things about Kim and her professionalism as part of the Willshire History and Museum Group, and as a coworker to others. Those are the qualities this community respects and values. I believe many residents would like to see those versions of them again. Community-minded individuals who lead with kindness, patience, and understanding. At this point, however, many feel that the current leadership dynamic has become too divisive and harmful for both the village and for you. Well, you personally, but they're not here, so them personally. For the sake of restoring trust, improving communication, and moving Willshire forward in a more positive direction, many residents believe it would be best for both of you to step down from your current positions.
Period.
And the fact that they just walked out instead of listening to us,
And then they wanna stand outside and privately talk.
oh, they can still hear me, it's okay.
Hang on. Out of everything that I've seen in this room since I've been in here, for what, almost a year, that's the most professional everything I've looked at in this room.
agree.
Very nice job.
Yeah, thank you
You did a great job.
for, yeah, you did a great job.
It wasn't slamming anybody, it wasn't harming anybody, it was to the point, and it was professional.
How many signatures are on those petitions?
Oh God, there's what, like 40 or so? And it's not just people like me, it's former council members, it's former
Yeah.
members of the city. I mean, it's people who have been in this community for a long time, so it's not like it's,
Signatures are the total.
I've tried to be professional, I've come up with things, I've heard things, and I'm not heard seen, so I'm gonna get
14,
not
15, 16, 17,
big
18,
sweet
19,
content.
20, 21, 22,
Do you all wanna hear me
24,
talk?
25, 26,
Yes,
Yes.
please, you're a councilman, please speak.
40. There's 40 different signatures
It's
on there.
out, okay, so, a couple things that I need you to understand. One, and for good or for bad, and again, you have to understand, there's a couple things that play into this for me outside of being a member of the community, okay? So, as of right now, we are a bunch of people talking in a room.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Now that you understand that, okay? The second part of that is, Gage and I, while we obviously want to remedy concerns and be on the positive side of change, we are not just volunteers sitting in this seat.
Right.
We are by Ohio elected officials in an election, which means that actions that we take, conversations that we have, things that we say, right or wrong, I can be civilly sued by the state of Ohio talking out of turn and saying conversations that aren't the way they're supposed to be done. And I want you to understand how fine a line that is. I mean personally sued. Like, whether I agree with you or I don't agree with you, if it's not in the right context and it's not done in the right steps and it's not done in the right forums, whether I agree with it or not, I can get sued. And everything that I have can be taken because I am an elected official in a Van Wert County election.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm not saying that it's not right, it's not wrong, it's proper, it's not proper. Let's not talk about that at this point, right this second. Understand where I'm coming from in the fact that there's a lot of legal issues for people that sit here, even if they agree with you.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I took this job because of the change that I think that the rest of you want, okay? But Gage and I have been taking the brunt of bad shit, and it's an unofficial meeting so I can talk freely. Up until this point, because we are new, and because we don't want to not follow proper protocol and get ourselves in trouble.
Right.
And that's not because we don't care or because we're not trying to speak up. Because if we speak up in the wrong manner, or we vote for the wrong thing, or we talk out of context, or we have an outside conversation and then it gets put in the minutes, even if the city, the Willshire doesn't want to do anything, the state can read the minutes and then sue us.
Right.
That's a real thing.
Right.
So I want you to understand, it's not that we don't care, it's that there's more to it than what you see in this meeting. You see in this meeting, tabled, not listened to, don't understand, that's the way it is. That may be the legal term for it. But behind that is also, there might be things that have to be done properly so people aren't, I don't even know how to say that. It's not a meeting, you can say whatever you want to say.
I got a question, just, I'm new to living in Ohio and this community, so I understand what we just happened.
What just happened was perfectly legal. He has every right to
Our
do that.
mayor stepped down, is that correct?
That's correct. We did not know that until that just happened.
But my question is, how do we go about getting a new mayor? What is
The
Okay.
city council.
Ohio Revised Code
The
is
law on that
clearly,
is
is
actually
clearly
the
written.
president of the council.
The president of the
is the
council,
mayor.
whether in any jurisdiction, in the Ohio Revised Code clearly states that if the mayor steps down or the council member steps down, right? If a council person steps down, the mayor appoints the replacements. If the mayor steps down, then the president of the council appoints the next mayor.
Is that interim or?
In the
another
interim
election?
until the next election happens.
So there's no special election or that can be done for?
No.
So-
And that's not Willshire doing that. Understand?
How can he appoint himself?
Yeah.
Well, he was already the president. He's not appointing himself as the mayor. He was already appointed the president by the mayor. And so since he has that position,
He's interim mayor.
he's the interim mayor until he appoints one.
So if he
And
just
can
doesn't
drag that
appoint
out
one,
for 3 years and.
But listen, I want you to understand that that's not a Willshire thing.
Right, right.
That's not him giving himself
But
that
he can
power.
do that though.
That is the power of that office per Ohio Revised Code.
yeah, that's.
So that's not something made up or something he's doing.
They shut down the meeting and left.
What's that?
Does he have to choose any president or council mayor?
Yes,
Yep.
So,
that's correct.
assuming he appoints mayor, this person is going to be mayor until 2 years from now when we have another election.
3.
Now,
Isn't-
let me speak clearly.
JT, is there a time frame on that? There's,
I
on
don't
certain
know.
elected
And again,
officials,
like I said,
if it's
I
within
don't
so
know
much
the answer.
time
I
of the
just know right
election,
now,
they hold an
he will
emergency
be the
election.
interim until he appoints one.
And he ain't going.
How long that's gonna be, or when the next election is, I can't sit here and tell you. We can look it up, but I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, I just want.
I don't know. I don't know.
We know,
Oh, sorry.
is when, at what point, when is the next election on the slate?
Well, what is it? The mayor is, what is that, every 4 years?
Yeah, so you got
Just
3
had the
years.
election.
So the election was last November, so it would be 3 years, well, 3 years after this November,
Yeah.
2029. 3.5 years, yeah.
So what are we gonna do about Jody's job and his other job? What happens there? Do we know?
See, that's the thing you have to understand. We just found out all of that the moment that you
Yeah, so
found
they're,
out.
yeah, they're just
So-
in shock.
Yeah.
We didn't know any of that. We
You
didn't know any
Right.
of that at all.
So Jody, Brad, Jack, they're all gone.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Can I,
She's not here.
But I don't know.
They're all
But I'm saying all I,
They're all going. Yes, they're all going.
can I say something really quick? I just wanna say thank you to the both of you because the
Absolutely.
town does.
oh, it is. I didn't catch that.
The town,
I just saw that.
the town respects the both of you. You two, that's been on the table. We hear good things. You guys respect us. You
You have
answer
to
us.
understand this is an impossible position.
I know.
Can I ask a question? What is your name? This is the first meeting I ever.
Depends on who you talk to.
JT Owl, you married Lisa Schumer.
My wife's
Okay.
Lisa Shroom, John JT, depends on
I
how you
know
know him.
her. She's a babysit for me.
Everybody knows him.
I'm just curious. First meeting ever I've ever attended, and.
Again, and I will-
I'm trying to figure out what the hell.
I will say this, and
Hey,
believe
Brian,
me,
that's you. I thought it was
this is the kind of stuff that keeps you up at night, right? Because you guys want answers. Well, we want answers, but we have to follow the
The
law.
law, right.
And like for you guys, and again, I'm not speaking who you are, but you come to a meeting, you say what you have to say, and it is what it is.
But you go home.
We
and live with
can't
it.
do that because there's legal consequences of that. And again,
Call the cops.
Good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Cops
But
out.
thank you.
so I want you to understand that there is procedures in place, and sometimes we have to follow them to get to where we're going. And I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but I have to follow.
We
And all I
appreciate
can do is listen and then get you answers. And again, the answers you want may not happen the way you want them to happen. But if I'm telling you what the law is and what's legal, there's not much else I can do.
Well, we
And I know it
appreciate-
sucks, but
We appreciate both of you.
So with this meeting being adjourned, and everybody stepping down, you have 4 names on this that were under the mayor's concerns for people that were evidence of the council spots.
I missed what you just said. I'm sorry.
So, if you have several people that step down, and then
Alright, that's all this being ordered. We're not on the agenda. Unless there's a special thing that we can agree on, you can talk, no talking will be handled.
So you're not gonna let us discuss the petition? So you're not gonna let us discuss the petition then?
We'll see. We'll have to go in executive session and talk about it.
No, so I do have it printed out that
Power
Ohio law
trip.
says not to go into
You gotta run this
executive
town into the
session.
ground, what's gonna happen?
We can.
What
No
was that law
public
you
body
called
shall
it
hold an
before?
executive session for the discipline of an elected official for conduct related to the performance of the elected official's official duties or for the elected official's removal from office. Ohio Revised Code 121.22G1.
Alright, ma'am, they're asking if you step out. You just gotta, they don't want you here, they don't want you here.
Well.
I'm seriously, I have not done anything wrong.
First of all, okay?
Am I really being
We
escorted
are
out by the
all- We
police?
are all members of the council, okay, right? So for one individual to say she gotta go, I don't think that's right, I think it has to be.
Once you call someone, they have to be escorted out if they cause a ruckus. That is what.
She is,
I'm not
she
causing a
lives in
ruckus.
the community, she is just trying to
She was not causing a ruckus, the person that walked out on her own caused some ruckus.
She is.
She's been very polite.
Okay, then we have to restart.
Yeah.
We have to go back to the agenda and we have to follow the rules.
Yeah, I
Okay.
get that. And
But
it's-
she can't talk now.
No,
Okay,
if she can talk
I
later,
apologize.
there's a window for people to talk, and they gotta get their agenda done first.
That'll
Once
work.
that's done,
But
then
no
we can
one's
go.
on.
Thank you.
See, I don't wanna create an issue either.
I think-
I know.
They don't want you to
I know
talk,
you're
just,
doing your job.
hopefully they give you your moment to talk, so I'm just here, so I'm not even sure what's going on, I just showed up.
I know you're just doing your
I
job,
think
you're
you need
good.
to talk, listen to the rest of the
It's
people.
not you, it's him.
Is what I think needs to be done, if they're in a polite manner.
I'm just gonna stand by and see how it goes.
Stick around.
I can stick around until they can figure some stuff out.
Alright.
So I make a motion to call the meeting back to order.
Second.
What time is it?
6:22.
So, getting back to the people on the council. The mayor called and talked to the head of the board of elections and said he does not have to wait 30 days. So Beth,
Back to what I was saying before everything went crazy. So, we as a council have 30 days, the law states we have 30 days to appoint someone. If we do not appoint that someone within 30 days, as we vote on it and appoint that person, then that gives the mayor the authority to appoint that individual. What I was saying is there's two open seats. Schultz just resigned, it has not been 30 days for his seat.
We haven't even accepted his resignation. Excuse me, I didn't mean
No,
to.
which is just proves the point, is, so, yes, Howie's seat should be able to be appointed, but Schultz's seat should not be able to be appointed yet, is all I was trying to state.
And I agree with you. I agree with
And
you.
that is all I was trying to state.
I agree with you.
I think that when it comes to the vacancy, I think that whether that requires another emergency meeting or something for us as a council, we should decide that.
So tonight, one seat can be filled.
Correct. According to,
So,
I just need to have something here, since the mayor's not here to appoint us.
He
You're the
doesn't-
one that's counting, you're the acting mayor until when?
election.
so you're the mayor.
Okay.
Yep.
So you go mayor seat, and then you guys gotta get a new president council? Okay.
We need to backtrack today.
I'm thinking for fill a seat, he has to be appointed as mayor, correct? Or he has to be accepted as mayor, and then you can't appoint a council member.
The council,
as
the
a
council president and the mayor can work interchangeably,
The
right?
mayor's not here.
The mayor's not here, he
Vacation.
acts as the mayor. That's how that works.
But I don't think appointments go as far as that goes. I think you need to appoint his council member?
The president pro tempore of council automatically becomes the mayor.
So you-
Effecting this, a resignation takes effect immediately upon delivery of the proper authority, even without formal acceptance.
Right, so you're acting as mayor right now.
I'm mayor.
There's no president now.
That's correct.
If you wanted my personal opinion, I think with everything that has happened, we should adjourn till next Monday, and we should gather ourselves and figure out what just happened. I mean, you gotta think about what just happened. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Well, I know Amos was going to swear in somebody tonight. I know that for a fact. I can call him and ask him.
No, and that's fine, but how is it that none of the other council members know about any of this stuff? This goes back to what I asked about last week.
Let's finish the meeting. We'll see if we want to table that or not.
I don't think we can table it, and the reason is we have one more person drop out.
I'm just gonna go on record and say the fact that we had 3 people that work for the village resign.
Have they?
You got a letter for one of them, and the other 2 are not here. When's the last time Jody missed a meeting?
Do we have resignation?
We don't have it, but I'm saying,
Last week, Tuesday night.
I'm
I
saying.
know for a fact that Amos called Jody. I also know that you know about this, Brad, because you and Amos had a conversation.
The fact that I didn't know that the mayor was quitting before the day
So
of the
we
council
know
meeting
about the
is
resignation.
not acceptable. Exactly, I agree with you.
I don't know about it. I have heard rumors. Nobody has said.
The fact that the mayor didn't contact us and let us know what's happening is not good.
More than glad.
As a council member of the
I
village of
just said that
Wilshire,
Amos asked for his resignation yesterday.
No, he didn't.
as the council member, of the village of Wilshire, I'm going to dismiss myself, from this meeting. I do not feel that, this meeting, should take place right now with what just happened. Again, this is the second meeting in a row where John and myself have not been notified about things.
I didn't know Amos was quitting. I didn't know that.
We
He's
didn't
not
either.
talking about you.
But you guys knew, about things that John and I are on council, we got voted. We got voted here by the people of this village.
When did we know?
I didn't know Kendra was getting appointed today. You guys knew that she was getting appointed today.
I
I
found
knew she
out
was
today.
interested. I didn't know she was getting appointed today.
Okay, so you're just saying both.
I didn't
Brad,
know that.
you knew. Why didn't we know? We're members of the council, we know nothing. This goes back to the
He
Kyler
should-
resignation
He
last.
should know a little bit more though as the president though, you don't think?
You don't think that us knowing the mayor resigned going into a meeting is important?
No, I'm saying
I
somebody
didn't
being
know
appointed.
until
Like,
now.
as the president, he
How
could know
then?
that information.
Yeah, but
whereas
why didn't the mayor say something to us?
Paulette let me in and handed me this paper and says, Amos asked you to read this tonight.
Then he didn't know before the meeting.
I'm not directing that at him at
Yeah.
all. I'm saying the fact that we all did not know, we didn't have to know the what, where, and why, but the fact that we did not know that the mayor was resigning going into a meeting, and the first time we find out as a council is the time we sit down,
Yeah.
is not okay. Because now we're blindsided with the mayor resigning, electing a new president, pro tem mayor, filling 2 council seats, all out of the blue, except for 1 council seat. And the first time we hear about it is when we sit at the table. Now, I'm not saying you knew about that,
I knew.
but he did.
I'm gonna say Brad was right. Paulette did come up here and gave that letter. I seen it on my camera. I was in my office. Now, with that being said, and other things going on right now, I think we all just need to probably adjourn and take a week to absorb all this and do some research on this and talk more about this.
I have
What-
business
what-
that needs attended to tonight.
Well, whatever business he's attended tonight, but I think we need to, all of us don't know the information, all the information that we have to make decisions.
No,
I think
So me
the
and
acting
John
mayor needs
dismissed
to take care of
ourselves.
what needs to be done tonight, and then I think there just needs to be even a whole month to think about it, but I don't think that's,
But my only concern is if we drop another council person or 2, we have no council. Like, I feel
No,
like
I
I'd rather
agree, he
see
said,
a
he
council
said he had to
member
take
say-
care of some things tonight,
Yeah.
take care of them, but I think other things,
I agree,
I think you need to all,
but if one or two more council members
Research.
drop out,
I have
we're not
one
gonna even
thing
have a
here.
council or a mayor.
and Mayor, acting mayor has something he was,
Mayor's concerns. Accept resignations of Beaver Stein, water superintendent,
Do we have the resignation?
fiscal officer, street commissioner, Barry, Jack Barry, Schaffner, Slavin, Mike Dwyer, and Bruce Slade are interested in council.
Did you submit a resignation? Where did that come from?
Mine isn't a resignation, mine is.
If you verbally said it,
Any questions about
Who did you
resignation?
say? Or why did it get on?
it's
there?
on here.
I put it on the minutes for a concern about resignation.
Okay, that's good.
Alright, we have Bruce Slade and Mike Dwyer and Corey Ratliff and Diana Walker interested in council. William Barr is interested in BPA. Lacey Dunning is interested in cleaning the alley bathroom. And we have Mercer County Electric to repair the generator at the sewage system
Is it totally down?
for $51,072. And we are on a timestamp. I need to get this to Jeff Long by tomorrow.
It totally broke, totally down?
Generator transfer equipment project.
Well, we don't have a signee on our account because our clerk quit, so we can't pay our bills.
No, I need Jeff Long's signature is the only signature I need.
Okay,
He's standing-
So
I'm
we
going,
have-
I'm getting back to paying our bills, Brad. We have nobody to pay our bills because we have no signee on the account because somebody who's been in the village
I
for.
think he just needs his signature from tonight, right? And you say you need a
I
signature?
need the okay.
Okay, so,
Did you submit a resignation?
No, but Brad just said even if it's verbal, it counts.
I was told
No.
that you had one at the BPA. Amos said he saw it.
Really said it was in file.
I told
not
her,
filed.
it wasn't like the formal paper that you guys have.
No, it's just blank piece of paper with
Okay.
your signature saying I resign. That's what Amos has, just a piece of paper.
as long as the signature's on it, but if it's just verbal, that can be,
If
you
you,
have to have a signature to resign.
That's fine, as soon as I get a piece of paper, I'll get it.
But
So do
if
we
you don't wanna
have-
resign,
No, I do.
you don't wanna verbally is
Submitted resignations?
the intent,
Yeah, I
and you have to back it up with a signature.
but they are.
Verbally
all-
written,
Okay.
do you have a blank piece of paper?
But do we have any submitted resignations? If not,
Amos
then I
does
would-
not know, Ben.
Not, then I would say they're not. Yeah. Here, I'm saying like maybe
It
that's.
says accept resignation.
Find
Oh,
out.
thank you.
No. I knew him going back in, he can't take time out, he can go going. Thank you.
Are you, did you give any formal resignation? You, Brad, Jack, or anyone? Yeah.
Is that,
That's my official.
is that, okay,
Just kidding.
it's the best I can do.
Alright, thank you. Yes, resignation, everyone was at, or Jack, and they want it to be known that, Well, do we get to express our concerns, Brad, as council members, and then normally we get to express our concerns, do we get to do that? Cause I don't wanna act out of turn and
Probably have to go and execute for that, or not?
Don't we just, we gotta take care of this part
Yeah.
first.
What was the
We'll just wait.
$51,000?
I think that's-
For the project generator and transfer equipment procurement and installation.
And you need a signature to approve it?
I need a vote for us to approve it, and give it to Jeff, so it can get done.
how much is it?
51,000. That's what I'm saying, is it down, or is it?
Is it
we don't
completely
have
down?
I thought we were just upgrading that. That was the plan, we were upgrading because I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't they gonna donate the old one to the fire department?
Amos asked me about that about 3 months ago, yes.
So,
A couple months ago, anyways.
so with that being said, I think that the one down there is still functional, because they were gonna give it to the fire department and they upgraded.
But that's what that is, the new generator,
So this
right?
is the new generator.
Brad?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, the replacement, yeah.
And we would have to look at the numbers to see if we allotted for that money. I don't recall offhand the year.
I do not, I do not.
And they have to have an answer by tomorrow. I don't think something is doing that.
They can set importance, preferably by tomorrow. We don't have much time. That was 10 days from the quote, whatever the quote was.
That water is still.
Valid to June 5th.
June 5th.
Table.
Absolutely.
And I will talk to Amos about it, tell him what's going on.
Would somebody like to make a motion for April minutes?
Motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
By emergency minutes?
Motion to accept.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Are you gonna go through the agenda as written?
We want that back.
Can I get you right on the tool? This one's fine.
And we, council
Fire report.
Because technically, if we were roof tiebreaker, we need to appoint the next council member, because there'd be 4 of us and we'd be the tiebreaker. In case we need to vote on something.
Okay.
And the second seat will hold Gage, but
You have to post it.
yeah.
I make a motion for Kendra Kroll.
I second.
All in favor, agree?
Aye.
Opposed? Alright, Kendra?
Miller. Yeah, Miller. Yes.
Make sure it's Miller, just so.
Okay, repeat after me. Good, I'll just keep going. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
of the state of Ohio and the ordinances of the village of Willshire.
of the state of Ohio and the ordinances of the village of Wilshire.
That I will not be influenced by any consideration except that of merit and fitness in the appointment or discharge of employees.
And I will not be influenced by any consideration except that of merit and fitness in the employment or discharge of employees.
That I will not make or authorize the expenditure of public money otherwise than for adequate consideration and efficient service to the village of Willshire.
And I will not make or authorize the expenditure of public money other than for adequate consideration and efficient service to the village of Wilshire.
that I will faithfully in all other respects fulfill the duties of the office of council.
that I will faithfully in all other respects fulfill the duties of the office of council.
We'll sign that.
I'd like to make a motion in the interest of time to table all the old business, just so we can keep moving. It's just time permits, cybersecurity.
Second.
Just keep moving.
I don't even know, I just popped in my head.
I love that you remember that.
Oh, yeah, it might be what I have in my phone, I don't even know why. Could be.
So, if you took Brian's seat up here will be yours.
She
We
can sit
have-
there for now.
Yep, you can sit there for now.
Not really, I'm just kidding, but it's kind of fun.
Alright,
Oh, obviously.
what did we motion to while I was going?
Table the rest of the bill.
In the interest of time, keep moving.
Is Brad still in?
And so that takes us to, from the floor, Kim Carr,
Yep.
and someone find that page. And let's please.
Yeah, we can go ahead with Jeff first. We're good.
The month of April, the department responded to 2 incidents with an average of 3 members responding. The new fire station update, foundation work is done and the stone base will be put down this Friday, weather permitting. Building is scheduled to arrive at the end of the month. And this, again, is K Building and Elgin Service Center. 2 quotes for the village siren were obtained, one with a battery backup of $35,946 and one with a generator backup, obviously, for $30,838. I believe Craig Kanapke already has his info, he's the one that's doing the CBDG, grant, and, I think we all agreed that was one of the, agendas on that grant, was having a new tornado siren for the village. So I'll try to do that, so. And that's quotes attached to that, so you guys can have to take a look at them. You got more information actually on the siren than that, but I just wanted to bring the quotes for council members to have, that's all I have.
Thanks, Chief.
So this is something we're going to have to address because he needs this.
He does have the quotes up there.
Okay.
Yeah, he got them about a week or so ago.
So
Or
this
maybe
will-
a couple weeks ago.
This
yeah.
should be on his list
Yes.
of the 3 things.
Yes, that's
For
what
next
I was
month.
told, yeah.
Okay, so we will have, okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, Kim?
I'm just gonna pass for now, mine's not urgent. Nothing, it was just that.
BPA have anything?
No.
The water superintendent, the street commissioner? Council concerns?
That's a long list.
Well,
Page, sorry, if you want to switch.
yep, Denise.
Usually goes.
I'm sorry. I had a work order for changing table for the bathroom. I got several different quotes. The one I kinda like is ADA approved and it goes up to 250 pounds. It's not that much more expensive, and I think that's a nice option because not only babies need changed, so, I think that's, it was like $229, which is surprising because the other ones were like, some of them were like in the 400s. So, but I checked out the ratings, it's a safety craft, and 250 pounds, so, but we can table that for a vote for next time, if that's fine, I'll just review it next time, but there's my research that I was tasked to do. And, only other thing I had pay is public knowledge because he's a village employee. So I did an analysis of his pay and I did the 7 days 1 week and the 5 days the next week, so in 2 weeks, 12 days. I guesstimated at 7 to 8 hours, which averaged 42 hours a week. He makes $46,000, averaged it at 42, divided that up through the year. It makes him around $21.06 an hour. So he's not getting rich by any means, so asking for a raise I don't think makes him
And I will comment
guilty. Or
that he only makes 42 something because that relief operator
was calculated in.
was calculated in.
And then that means he makes less than $21.05 an hour, considerably less, so. And the only thing that I had to compare that with, which I really hate saying this now, was like a street commissioner or fiscal officer who makes also in the 20s, only because that was, we don't make that. So, I don't think he's unfairly asking for something, based on that, but that was.
But that's a viewpoint because he resigned, right? Was that one of the resignations?
So he put in a resignation, but he did put in an effective date of the 15th because it is dated. He could withdraw it. He said as effective of this date, he could withdraw it, he could retract it. If he says effective immediately, I don't know what it says because I've never seen it. So he can still retract it.
So,
That's the difference.
are we back on that to where we have a cutoff date for the water?
I don't know. I don't know where we're at on that. I was just doing my research from last meeting.
But anyway, wasn't there at the last meeting, someone said that there was a cutoff date to where the state would shut the water off without an inspector, or without a superintendent?
Yeah, so many days after he leaves.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, if Jeff Long doesn't stay on,
Jeff will not stay on. If Kyler goes, Jeff goes.
so.
So that would be 15 days after the 15th of May? So May 30th?
So, Amos did say Artesian Water will come in and run the water treatment plant,
But not the sewer.
$2,500 a week.
Holy moly.
They will not do the sewage, they will not read meters, they will not help with water leaks.
Yeah, but I do talk to the EPA that if we were in an emergency situation like that, the EPA will send somebody.
Oh, perfect.
And there was also another gentleman by the name of Travis Conrad that lives here in town that is interested in the water superintendent position. He lives at 324 Sprague Street. He also has all certifications, water and sewage.
And I will
Is
be
he
getting,
interested in?
He is.
I have some people that were interested in Rockford's job that might also be interested, so we do have people interested.
Great. What's he still doing?
I believe so.
Do you have interest, or do you have resumes for applying for the job?
Well, I was gonna get some names to see if they were interested, call them, see if they were interested.
Okay,
I just talked to the president of Rockford Council today.
but that would also,
Thank you for doing
that, yeah, thanks, that would also push, if we made a verdict on that in the next meeting, that would also push that past that 15-day cutoff period.
But he said that he won't step in, so he's still.
You know that for sure.
100%.
So do we need to call somebody about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's something I can definitely do. I can call, they can reach out to
Because
Brad.
if we're entertaining the idea of a new water superintendent, one that has certifications already, I mean, that's a good thing.
And we can pay him more.
But I'm saying, there's that 15-day window that we can't have people go without water for 15 days.
No,
So I'm saying we need to know what date the EPA can come in.
And
If-
Kyler told me that, like I didn't research that.
So
before Kyler said.
if he punches out on the 15th and we have a 15-day window to know water, we need to know what day the EPA can be here before that water gets
Correct.
shut off.
Right.
So I think, and that needs to be found out in the next 2 weeks.
It should be found out tomorrow.
Or whatever, but I'm
Yeah.
saying, that can't wait past this week is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely.
So, because based on when the EPA comes in, also then comes into play taking resumes for the water superintendent, because if that transition is made to a new person, then you have a timeline of when that would be instead of it being open-ended, is my opinion. So I think we need to find out when the EPA can be here after the 15th, and then be interviewing people if that's the direction it's going.
Is that something we're gonna do as a council?
I don't know that answer. Well, there you go. Because at the end of the day, the prevention is, regardless, at least my standpoint on it is, regardless of if it ends up being a new superintendent or Kyler or farmed out to somebody else, the one thing we have in common is the water can't get shut off for 15 days to the village.
Not even a day.
I mean, I'm just saying that can't happen. So whatever has to happen to prevent that needs to happen first, in my opinion.
Yeah, imagine if somebody's house is on fire, we didn't have water to put it out.
Yeah, you can't. That can't happen. So
It's not gonna happen.
No, I know, we can pull.
So, do we need to set a time when we're gonna do interviews now? Okay.
Tomorrow.
I guess would the first thing be to decide whether we're paying him more or entertaining outside applicants?
Said to come over, I was out in the garage, she said, are you on city council or village council? I said, yeah, he said, I got my certification, but he interested in this.
I know another thing we need a relief operator.
Yeah.
Because Tyler,
Do you have applications for both of those?
well, we can put in for, if somebody doesn't get it, we can ask them if they'd be willing to be a relief operator.
Sure. On that subject, do we need to have a special meeting next week with the findings of the EPA stuff and other things so that we can then move forward with whichever direction it's going?
Well, if the whole town quits, we're gonna need a whole lot of jobs filled.
Or we can only tackle one thing, we can only handle one thing at a time. I mean,
I agree.
the most important thing is water for multiple reasons. I think we have to handle the water and then we handle everything else from that point, but I think the water issue is probably the most important issue. So I think we have another meeting next week to decide what direction it's going, in my opinion.
We'll announce it tonight, that's enough time, and
I'd say you announce it
we're
tonight,
gonna have to get control of the texting to
yeah,
send
and then
this
we
out.
put the text out, and then we have a meeting next Monday and to decide who's gonna be the superintendent.
When the applications, you'll ask for those like right now.
Correct.
And so like the deadline would be,
Next
Like-
Monday.
By next
they
Monday,
have to be in by Monday.
that's correct,
Okay.
because that needs to be decided quickly.
And yes, so then will we, like, next Monday, have the interviews next Monday, or set a time for them? I'm thinking about if these people have jobs,
We would,
and they need to give a
we would
notice
re-
to leave,
Right.
we would review them and then set a time for the interviews.
and hopefully do that even yet next week.
Correct.
Okay.
That way it's in the minutes and it's,
Like if they need to give 2
If
weeks
Right.
notice.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying, we're giving a week for job
Yes.
posting.
Yeah.
And then that week we would
We'll
hold
go
a
over on
meeting,
Monday, and then
go
set
over
up
on Monday
interviews
and
that
set up
week.
interviews that week.
That's perfect.
That way it's handled by, I think the end of next Friday is the 11th.
Yeah.
So,
Today's the
or not the 11th, but the, the 15th.
15th is Friday, 18th is Monday.
Right, like that, yeah. So that would be by the 22nd, which would be inside that 15-day window.
Okay.
Maybe we
You
can
agree with
talk
that?
Jeff into helping us out until then.
I just think there needs to be a contingency plan on EPA, applications, which direction it's going, interviews, and then decide based on who wants the job, which direction it's going based on qualifications. And if that's Kyler, it's Kyler, if it's not, it's not. But we need to figure that out in the next 2 weeks.
So what day do you make your applications in on? The 15th?
The 15th,
And then we'll review them on the
and
18th.
then reviewed on the 18th. And then it would be voted on the following week,
Which is 25th.
the 25th.
That's
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Questions or anything?
Yeah, I don't really know, I know, I'm just gonna give my 2 cents real quick. I just truly hope that there is a tension that can be gotten rid of. I guess I'm a firm believer, is if all you see is the negative, that's all you're gonna see. And you know what, we are blessed to live here, whether you feel that way or not. I've lived here for 54 years. I'm involved in the Lions Club, the Civic, the ballpark. I was an EMT. I met that special fella over there running as an EMT. And you know what? I feel like people truly, you need to dig deep, and even when you hate things that are happening, you need to find a positive. Because there is no way this is going to survive when you walk in and the tension is so thick that you could cut it. And I will say there are rules. I've been to several council meetings here, and I have been amazed of what has been allowed, because I go to school board meetings all the time. You are not allowed to speak at those meetings if you are not on the agenda prior to. So when I started coming to these meetings and people just kind of add in and all those things, I was shocked, because that truly is not how meetings like this are run. You do need to be on the agenda. Anyone is able to become on the agenda, you just have to call the office and get on the agenda. And it's not getting rid of First Amendment rights, it's having rules of order and keeping things focused. So my prayer is that everybody takes a deep breath. We realize that we are blessed to live here, and Willshire is a wonderful community, and it takes every one of us to do things. And I would say, step out of your comfort zone and do something good for the community, whether it's pick up trash somewhere, go to a pancake breakfast that's hosted by a local community. I know that there are many people that don't take the opportunity, and that's exactly what it is. It's an opportunity to make this place better. So you may not like me for saying all those things, but you know what? It's time to turn a new leaf and go on. And I hear people laughing a little bit behind me right now. Maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but like I said, we're all blessed to be here. And I feel like we need to go forward and start anew. And I do have a couple concerns. I don't know where the zoning goes on, but there's a house. What's up with the house on Hogan? The double wide trailer on Hogan. What's up with that place?
The health department has tried, it's no backing. We've tried that one, we've tried 304 Simpson with tires for mosquitoes. There are close to 60 tires there. The prosecuting attorney says there needs to be at least 75.
Okay. I just feel
We get
badly.
no help from Van Wert.
Right, I'm sure. For me, like, I struggle with that house because there are 3 neighbors on 3 sides of that house that can see every piece of disgust that's there. And those neighbors who want to make Willshire better shouldn't have to look at that. And we shouldn't be able, there do need to be laws. There need to be laws. And I will also say the mowing law. I know people have commented about why isn't it important. Come to my house, look at the property beside me, stay up there, I'll show you the deer that walk through, I'll show you that we've had raccoons trapped, I will show you the mosquito that I cannot even open my doors because the mosquitoes were horrific. And those things should not be allowed to continue. So zoning is important, and we need to figure out a way to get those things done. I'm not gonna look at that house beside me the whole summer.
So to that point, since we don't have someone up here to submit to be on the agenda currently, where can people submit their concerns to be on the agenda?
As far as I know, we still have a fiscal officer. I have not heard.
And who is that?
Jody.
I don't think we have it. I mean, I know you said she turned her resignation in, right?
Okay, so.
But you're saying-
Here's my suggestion, because I know there's not a lot of people here, but the people here can get it out into the community. So my suggestion, until we figure out that situation, is that if you want to be on the agenda, write what you want to be on the agenda for, put it in an envelope, and drop it in the water payment slot. That's here. Then someone, Brad, being mayor president right now, will get them, and then he can add them to the minutes. That way they don't have to be translated or sent or text. It's a written copy, and it's dropped right at the office where the meeting is. That way there can be no mistake if it was gotten or not.
I think that's a very good idea, and I think to find out that what is the, time frame. I know it, like some of them, I think it has to be within 48 hours prior to meeting started. I'm not sure what the rule is on that, but there is a timeline. I mean, it can't be dropped in 15
No.
minutes before the meeting starts.
I think we read that before.
It's 24
Is it
business day hours.
Okay, so
it
it
have to
has to
be
be by
dropped in.
Friday.
So if it's
Wednesday preferably, that'd give me time Thursday to do it, and send it out. If I can figure out how to do the text thing, I can send it to the council.
But that
And I text him business hours to read it.
Oh, I see.
But that way it's in the box and it's physically here. And so I would say that for the interim, the agenda concerns need to be put in the water payment box by the end of Wednesday prior to the meeting on Monday.
And I realize emergencies come up, call me,
Yeah. Right.
and
Because we want it to be orderly and we want people to have their voices heard.
Right.
But we do have to have consortium, we do have to have order, we do have to have procedure. So the way to remedy that in my mind is if you have a concern, you put it in the box, we know who you are, we know what the concern is, we recognize you, and you get your 5 minutes to say whatever it is you have to say without being interrupted.
And I've also seen a lot of times they will say up to a certain amount of time, like, they're not gonna take 100 requests for 5 minutes.
No.
Like, a lot of times they'll say, you know, the first ones that have given knowledge up to whatever the council
But we
wants
can
to set,
carry that
30
over to the
minutes,
next meeting.
30 minutes or
Right.
whatever, you know, so it doesn't
Right.
take all night.
Yeah,
Right,
right.
just to have a little.
But there has to, but that for the interim makes a plan to get on the agenda that everyone knows about.
I think that's a great idea. I would think that would be obvious, but definitely have a name and phone number included on your
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
request.
Yeah, it has to have a name. I mean, and again, anonymous posts do nothing for anyone.
No, they don't.
No matter if you have good intentions or bad intentions. Because if you have something good you want to say that's constructive and we can make a difference, if you do it anonymously, then how do we know what direction to take it?
Right.
So whether it's good or bad, say who you are. I mean, stand it, own it, be about business. I mean, come on.
Just really short. I do know from Jody telling me before, every once in a while, when somebody puts something in the drop box, it falls underneath that box. So you might wanna just double check that. That's all I gotta say about
Somebody's
that.
payment got lost once, Marie, you're right.
It's happened 2 or 3 times, but I just wanted to,
Check under, over, around, and through.
yeah, that's
Thank you.
all I have to say.
Gage?
no, I know. You have something to say?
Yeah, I have a quick question. So, she said you guys have to go through 'em. Does that mean you have to review whether we get to do our concern, or if we put it through, do we automatically get to talk?
If you put it on there, what he's saying is we can't have 75 people
Oh,
take
I know.
5 minutes.
Yeah,
You know what I
I just
mean?
wanna make sure that it's.
At the end of the day, we represent the
So-
people of the village.
But yes, everybody would be here.
We are here because you
So when is
elected
the next
us to
meeting?
be
Cause I'll go
here.
ahead and do mine tonight, so I can make sure I can talk next one. Beautiful, thank you. I'll turn that in tonight.
Yeah, that'd be perfect. Exactly. Because then you can put on the agenda and then there's no issue.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna start by apologizing to the voters of Van Wert County, and not just the voters of Van Wert County, but also to the sheriff's department at the fact that we have to waste such resources from the county to sit here in this room is ridiculous. There is real crime out there, and instead of out there, you know, protecting the people, we're in a building in Willshire because some people wanted to express what they wanted to say. I will say that I think it is crazy that Jack Berry, Brad Berry, and Jody Berry, you know, why are they resigning? Why are all these people resigning? Why did Howard resign?
Well,
Why did
we would
Schultz?
only know if they submitted a resignation letter.
Well, you know, I talked to Howard and I talked to Schultz, and they both said they would come back on council if Brad Carr resigned.
That's the biggest problem.
I also think that the fact that there's a petition signed with over 50 people on that petition.
Yep, hold on. Out.
I ain't leaving, buddy.
There you are.
Oh, no, I ain't done anything. Talk to him.
I heard what you said. I'll take him out.
I'm talking to him.
Oh, you're gonna take him out?
No, he's big enough, he can handle himself.
All right. Who goes out?
How are you gonna run me out for anything? Just like you said. You tell me why. You give me one good excuse, Brad, why you can do it. You think you're acting the mayor?
Code.
What's the code?
You're the reason the town's all tore up. I ain't gonna lie about it. I don't cover shit, cover nothing. I tell you the truth. Like the man said, there's
I
problems.
don't want making any issues.
Maybe you all resign. Town might be back together.
Can I ask for it now?
Thank you, sir.
All right, Gage, carry on.
At the end of the day, back to what I was saying, we are here because the people of this village voted for us, right? Some of us were appointed, some of us were voted for. We are here to represent the village. I think that, and I'm just gonna be blunt here. I think that you and Kim had good intentions. I think it has gone a little too far.
Brad was voted for.
No, he wasn't. Brad was appointed by the mayor. You can call the Vanward Board of Elections and get that information.
I'm wrong, sorry.
If you have over 50 people in there, and let's just say, take a look at the names. If they're not people that come up here that you know what I'm saying, that have issues or this or that. If it's lifelong residents, can I see that list, please? I got 5 minutes. You guys can clock me. Let's just talk about some of the names on here. Dan Ross. Has Dan Ross ever come up here and caused a problem? He has not, but is he a lifelong member of Willshire? He is. Let's talk about, wow, Brian Hess. Wasn't Brian just on council? Brian was just on council. Schultz, signed right there. Where's the other gentleman on here? Not that anyone's more important than anybody else. Jack Berry, Cindy Berry. Been in Willshire a long time. I mean, look at the list. It's not just average Joe people that come up here, right? I mean, I can't read some people's handwriting, but
What are those?
this is a petition, a legal petition that is signed. You have to have 15 signatures for this to be submitted. There's 40, front and back.
What is it for?
So this one is for the removal of Kim Carr from the zoning committee. This one is for the removal of Brad Carr from the village council. Look at the names, Brad. Look at the names.
I would like those back, by the way.
And then you run another election?
Where does that petition go to, like,
What do you do with it?
yeah, what is it, like, does it go to, like, the Board of Elections?
That's all you.
It goes to the Vanderbilt County prosecutor and they handle it.
I think that's how that.
I know that's how it works.
Are those registered? people, like they have to be registered to vote for their signature?
You have to be registered to vote. It's no different than getting your petition signed to run. But the point is, right, this is the point. The point is we represent the village of Willshire, correct? We can all agree on that, right? We represent the people of this village. If the people if the people in this village don't want you here on this committee, well then who are you representing? Because, this gets back to my other point, I want to know why Brad and Kim were questioning the Ohio City clerk about questions about Jody's job.
They talked about that in the meeting.
It was discussed at council,
It was
what we
discussed.
did, what we went over there.
I didn't know about that.
Well,
It was-
that's just,
That was just recent, that was just last week, Brad.
I thought it was before you.
no.
Yes, it was.
Call out your phone.
We contacted and.
The last time,
I can understand if you ask those questions being on council, but Kim is not on council. You are.
all right, the last time we talked to them was August of 24. Call this person
Listen,
right now and put them on the phone.
let's talk about the fact that people have been in this community for 50 years, 60 years, and they're resigning. I mean, Jack Berry was on council for 26 years. Brad's been the street commissioner for 7. Jody's been on council for 12 years and 6 years as a fiscal officer. If Jody was doing something wrong, wouldn't the auditor find it? There's hidden agendas. There is 100% hidden agendas in this room.
But that's why if we could see the resignation letters, like, why, what is his crime?
What is what crime?
What did I
is
do
Brad's
wrong?
crime?
You don't have the best interest of the people. They've already expressed that.
I
But
don't.
what's his crime? I don't
Hang
understand what
hang
his
on.
crime
This is my
is.
5 minutes,
I
so
know,
I'm gonna ask, I'm gonna
conversing in
ask.
your 5 minutes, what is his crime?
Timer running,
Like, what am I missing?
I didn't know the timer for anybody.
it was running earlier.
I shut it off on Denise because we were over 5
I'm
minutes.
trying to understand, Gage, like, I genuinely am. What is his crime?
The crime, I mean, we can talk about the power trip. Say you're not what you are, Brad.
What has he done?
You can't scale people's fences. You can't.
I have not.
At the end of the
Have a
day.
video of me
No.
Okay.
At the end of the day.
You're saying trespass.
At the end of the day.
But what is that, why did Jody quit because he trespassed? I'm trying to understand.
No, you guys don't care. You wanna do what you wanna do, you do not care. You do not care. We represent the people of this village. If the people of this village don't want you here, then it's time for you to resign. If not, I'll personally file the petitions.
Thank you, Gage, for standing up for the people in this town.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
We
Gage.
need more people like you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Go ahead, Scott.
And as far as where those positions goes, Ohio Revised Code, as you like to use all the time, and every council member might want to take a note of this. Code is 705.92. It's called the recall vote.
Read it.
This is for me to read.
Before you read that whole thing, is it has to do with somebody that was appointed or
copy,
just
yes,
somebody
ma'am.
that was voted on
Yes, ma'am.
through the election process?
That matters.
That does matter. Is
That
that
matters.
They didn't give me that portion of it.
That
That
was
matters.
also, we talked about people elected.
Yeah. Appointed and elected is two different rules.
Appointed is different, and,
So we just gotta accept the dictator because.
no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying there's other processes for an appointment position versus an elected position.
May I ask you a question, Mr. Judd?
Yeah.
I know you are the chief of the Willshire Fire Department. What else are you, because you've given a lot of,
I'm trying to keep things ease-wise. I'm trying to be, that's all I am as a fire chief.
okay.
Seriously,
No,
that's all I
we-
am as a fire chief.
You're
I've known-
not justified, chief.
He's the adult in the room.
He's the adult.
I've known
Kids
Brad
that
and Kim
are
for a long time,
Yeah, he's the adult.
and the things recently, kinda surprised what's going on recently, but
Oh, well, I'll give a prime example then. Can I give a prime example? Mr. Kim and Miss Kim and Mr. Brad here walked by my garage while I was cleaning it out last year and everything, and I was piling stuff up on the curb to get rid of stuff and everything like that, and they proceeded to take pictures and tell me I needed to get rid of everything right now. And I
yeah,
respectfully replied.
I get that, yeah.
I
I've heard a lot of
respectfully-
that. I've heard a lot of that over the last year and a half or so, that we're talking about right now today. I get what you're saying, but.
It's the nonstop going by, taking pictures of
Yeah.
people's property, not knocking on their door and letting them common courteously know what's going on. I come up here because 3 times in the last 2 months to ask for if I needed to get permits because I'm afraid that Kim and Brad are gonna come by and take pictures when I get the roofs redone at 304 and 209.
We didn't know it's golf cart police, they have to have something to do.
Okay.
Uh,
All right,
hold on.
We're spinning the wheels right here.
Yeah, we
Is
gotta
that-
keep it respectful.
I'm trying to keep it respectful, but also that my dad just moved in and wanted to put a dog kennel in, and we wanted to make sure that it was legal to do so. Because if you do anything that they think that shouldn't be done, you'll get a certified letter. It's just that simple.
When
But
have you
in
gotten,
fairness, I'm trying to be the middle rule follower. They can't send letters that aren't zoning approved. Brad can't say, I don't like your dandelions, you have to kill them. He follows
There's
the
something
zoning
that's
book.
backing it up.
It's
Right.
in the zoning book.
Mhm.
If it's not in the zoning book, they can't make their own rules.
Right.
They're just coming along and
Definitely.
enforcing it is what I'm understanding.
it's a volunteer job, not a paid job.
And I understand, like, the town has done a lot of what it's done for a long time, and there's not been a lot of rules and regulations, and that's hard. But instead of like getting mad, like, I asked, what is his crime? I would love for Gage to engage with me and said, point 1, point 2, point 3, and then if he was in an infraction, we could say, hey Brad, these are your infractions and we need to fix those things. I still don't understand what he's done wrong, and I sit with him on council.
Do you actually want an answer from us, or is this rhetorical?
If there's factual evidence he's done something wrong, then it would need addressed.
So most of our problem is when we do show up to these meetings, the level of disrespect, the smirking, the just completely either ignoring what we have to say, or just being completely rude with us. The lack of empathy, the lack of, see, like right there, just laughing and giggling because, he doesn't wanna hear this.
I'm listening.
Then I gave you the whole thing that I printed out.
Yes,
It's
and I skimmed it, but I'll read it better later.
And the thing is, and I even put in there, I don't believe that they're bad people, I really do not.
Yeah.
I just think this position has turned them into something that they're not.
So my fear with this is, it's not about saving Kim and Brad or keeping Brad and Kim in their positions. My fear is, what if I voted against the firehouse going where it was? I didn't
No,
vote.
you didn't vote at all. You didn't vote against it.
I
just
abstained.
Yes.
Thank you for saying that.
So it's
I did, at the time, it probably caused some hard feelings or some
I
hurt
stepped out
feelings.
my bounds.
And Chief and I kind of had a little go around about it.
We did.
And after that, this was hard for me. I had a fireman say, I hope her house never catches on fire, cause we'll take the long way there.
No, wait a minute, who said that? I need to address that.
Nope.
Yes,
But
I do.
that was said, okay?
And I understand that you
And
guys'
so
job is a
so
thankless
what
job.
happens when the next time they say, well, Denise didn't vote for the firehouse, or she abstained, so you know what? She's next to go. Boom,
So that's
she's
the
out
thing
of
is,
there.
it's not
Or
about
he-
how you
Or
vote.
John Havel, I don't like how he voted, so he's out of there. Kendra, maybe she picks too many things apart, she's out of there.
But not once did I say it was about how he voted. it's the level of disrespect that he gives to us in the community when we do come here. If we feel more like we're a burden being here, like he doesn't want us here speaking our mind. And I'm very, very sorry, he's 100% right, whoever said that, it needs to be addressed 100%, because that's completely unacceptable.
Yeah, you can't keep that to yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
that's a
it's
serious
not a
issue.
matter of, because honestly, everyone in this room, we all argue about things. You've seen the Willshire page, we argue about everything, but this is the one thing that we're all united with.
This is how
Because
we
of the level
voice
of,
it.
the level of
Yes.
disrespect that we get when we come to these meetings.
But instead of quitting or resigning, to me, we come together. Like,
See, and I agree with that, but that's the thing, is he's not willing to come together with us. Like tonight, he brought a sheriff in to get rid of us when we spoke.
there was so much chaos, I
It was-
don't think
it's
we
been
knew
worse.
what to do.
And on all these other meetings, when we come in, Amos is always, hey, and went around the room and let all of us talk.
Yes,
So we're used to that.
correct.
That's correct.
So you can't just come in here, your first day as mayor, and bring a sheriff to throw us out when we decide to say something that you don't wanna hear.
Yes. But the point is, we're trying to bring back order, and it is hard because it's
The
changed.
sheriff does not prove that. Him throwing two people out because they spoke and said something that he didn't wanna hear is not proving that. Leaving a meeting when I stood up and decided to bring up the petition because he didn't wanna hear it, adjourning the meeting and walking out is not proving that. All that proves is
It
he's
is
gonna do
re-
what he
it
wants
is-
to do.
But it is recommended when a meeting is derailed that you adjourn.
It
until
wouldn't have
the
been
meeting
derailed.
comes back together.
He derailed it. Everyone else was quiet, was willing to listen and be read. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, I'm not trying to be disruptive. I really didn't even wanna come in and read that today. I got volunteered to read it because I'm not related to everybody here, I'm not gonna offend my neighbor, my brother, my sister, my cousin, or whatever, because, yeah, I've been here for about 10 years, but I'm not related to everybody.
Mhm.
So I'm the one that gets to say things because,
Right.
I'm an outsider, and if y'all make my life hell, I have the means to move out.
Well, I'll tell you, that was a nervous laugh, because I am
And
very
some people
nervous
laugh when they're
being put in
nervous.
charge.
A
The
lot
last
going
minute,
on, yeah.
no warning, no
And
end.
some people do kind of laugh when they're nervous. I do, I laugh inappropriately.
So, I'm gonna give my 1 minute thought on this, and you guys can say what you have to say. So, I think that there's obviously multiple things that need to be addressed and changed. There's multiple processes that need to be followed. And I think that genuinely, no matter what your position on it is, the respect on both sides has to be there to understand what the concern is, what the process to getting it heard and addressed is, and then the timeline to get it resolved. And we as council have to understand that there's a timeline associated that to be a respectful response time other than we'll look into it, okay? But on the other side, there also has to be a mutual understanding that when respect is given, people sometimes are not gonna like the answer that they're given.
I agree 100%.
Now, I'm not saying anything specific.
Oh, no, I agree.
I'm just saying, if it is done in a respectful manner with
Yes.
the proper research and proper answers, just like what you say may not be liked, you may not like the answer you get.
Yes, and I'm fine with that. If there's a reason or logic behind it, I'm fine with that.
Right.
I'm okay with being told, and I think most of the people in here are okay with being told,
Right.
I don't have an answer, let me get back with you.
And
It's when we come in here and our concerns are just completely disregarded, like, whatever, we don't have to listen to you, that's when it's a concern. And if everyone would've stayed when I was in here, I do have in here that, yes, sometimes as us in here, we do get a little out of control, me included.
Well, it's where you live, it's what you breathe, it's what you
Yeah.
invest in. So I think that there's a lot of emotional ties to that because, it's got a lot of layers to it because you're talking about where people are from, their family, their homes, their money, there's so many different layers to what goes into that and what sometimes starts out as general conversation or discussion gets emotional quick because of how serious the discussion is.
Yes.
Not that that's a bad thing, but I think that we also have to remember that we have to remain respectful to each other on both sides through the whole process, because human nature is to be defensive and shut down. If you attack me, I'm gonna attack you. If you don't wanna listen, I'm not gonna listen.
And I was
It's just
very
how
respectful.
people are.
You sat here and listened to me.
And
for years.
again,
It's
I'm not-
very
this is not
respectful.
directed at anyone. I'm
And I
saying
started respectful,
this is-
and he called the sheriff.
This is my thought on the whole, as a whole, both sides. If it's not completely respectful through the whole process, once you start getting into being defensive on either side,
Yes.
or feel like you're attacked on either side, then logic and respect goes out the window. Even though it shouldn't, it does, because that's human nature, you know? I mean, he's respectful and I'm respectful, but if I punch him in the face right now, he's probably gonna stomp my face in. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just a reaction.
I'm picturing you getting tased right now, so.
I mean, listen, I was in the military for a long time. I have been tased, so that's whatever. You don't.
think that
It's not
man
fun.
needs a
Is it?
sandwich.
It ain't fun.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there's a reaction to an action,
But
right?
also as member of councils, and I sit on board, so I realize
Absolutely.
you still have to be able to be, you know, you're gonna come in here and people are gonna say things you don't like.
Absolutely.
We're all gonna come in here angry because, you know, your house gets flooded, or this or that.
For any number of reasons.
You still have to be respectful, and unfortunately, and I know you guys aren't making millions off of this, I know you're not getting rich by being on council, I know you don't get paid crap, I'm well aware of that.
Honestly, I thought about donating my yearly check back to the park.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
how much I
so I'm
don't care
aware you
about
guys
getting
are
paid.
not becoming like
Literally don't
millionaires
care.
through this.
In fact, I haven't cashed any of the checks I've gotten since the beginning of the year.
Yes.
That's how much I don't care.
You can unbalance their books.
I mean, I literally don't care.
You're
When
a woman's
I
worst
promise you-
nightmare of keeping her checkbooks balanced.
I promise you, when I went up and I told my wife I was gonna run for council, and I got this. Like, not in a bad way, just, really, are you sure you wanna do that? Okay, so, my point to that is, I just feel like things have gone to the one side way too far for a number of reasons. Whether it be personal, whether it be professional, whether it be the law, not the law. Because common decency, there's ways to deal with people. And you just have to be, you have to find a way to follow the law but show empathy. It's just like when you get pulled over for speeding. The cop can give you a ticket, but he doesn't have to. Sometimes he doesn't. Why do you think that is? Because if you're having a bad day, or you were getting in a rush to go to work, everybody has different circumstances, you know? We come in here, everybody has a job, and they had a really rough day. Somebody died, somebody quit, they had a family member thing. And you sit at this table, and you sit there, something that was a cordial conversation is now starting off as a tense conversation because you're already on edge. So we have to take that compassion into effect when we talk to each other across the board, like you were saying. It has to be on both sides, and if you give it, you expect it back, right?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So
But
again,
that's the thing, though,
I
we
took
came
more
in
than
here,
what I
we did
thought, but I
things
feel like
we did things the right way, we did things respectfully.
Yeah.
And once again, I don't think that you guys are bad people at all. I've known you for years as Coach Carr. My kid loves you because of what you did with his baseball team. I've had plenty of stories about how great Kim is on the Willshire Museum board and everything. I've heard really, really good stories about you. So this is not personal at all. Not one bit. And I know it feels that way. But like I said, when something unifies this whole community who fights over the dumbest things, that's a lot to be said. And like I said, everyone comes in here and they feel like they're belittled or just ignored and once again, I'm just the messenger. I got, I was handed the petition, asked to bring it in, and I told him I would gladly, just because I think it's important. You're good.
I had a quick answer to Denise's question on what points of where did I get a certified letter. I got a certified letter for a camper I couldn't afford that was supposedly on my property. that I had to come in here and have people prove to the city that I didn't own a camper by showing them every title and deed that I own for my property.
So you got a wrong letter?
And no knocks, no, hey, is this yours or anything like that? You know, hey, could you do something about this? Oh, it's not mine, it's theirs, or nothing like that. I did not get a knock, nothing. Certified letter showed up in the mail.
So you didn't have a letter on your, camper on your property?
Nope.
So that was an accident, so you should have got an apology, and I'm sorry, I'd like to apologize to you. I'm sorry. I didn't know any of that, so I'm
I
sorry.
mean,
for
my
that.
dad's over there right now trying to dry out his camper and everything because he was dealing with a leak in his roof. And word got around that the cars were driving around taking pictures of campers that were open and everything like that. And then instead of knocking on the door, hey, what's going on over here?
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. I apologize.
We don't get that.
The pictures I have taken of the water leak down here on Rockford Street. I took a picture because I was told there was a letter sent to Kevin Bash. I take pictures to timestamp what we are doing. I did not take a picture of Garrett Brown's because he lost his house. We have sympathy. And I took pictures of this house down here with all the garbage on it. I don't know where people say I'm crawling fences.
You don't send a certified letter at first though, do you?
No.
I mean, I don't, what's
And we
the
have
process?
learned, we have gone to people's doors and knocked on them and asked them politely, can we help? We have done that.
I think
We are
the
learning
process
as
is
you
supposed
are
to be
learning.
like mail and then I don't think you're supposed to get certified first, like
It was a straight up certified letter. It'll be on the books and
You had to sign for it.
I had to sign
Right,
for it and
but
everything.
I don't think
So-
that's supposed to be the process, so if that happened, I don't know the process, so I can't speak. Kim, your zoning, what's the process?
Well, it used to be it was suggested that you could send a certified first. When we first started, or I started on zoning.
Yeah.
We don't send the letters. Let me clarify something,
Yeah.
okay? We only, 95% of the stuff is stuff that people have notified us about.
Right.
Hey, my neighbor's grass is a foot tall. Hey, there's somebody living in this camper. They bring it to us.
Okay.
We talk about it at the meeting, and then we don't send the letters. I don't have stamps, I don't have letterhead, I don't have money to go buy the registered letters, I don't do that. We
And-
always either had the mayor's approval, and then sometimes they bring it to council. We don't give the okay to send the letter, we do follow up at the next meeting. You know, if we brought it to the mayor, or the council, and they said, yes, go ahead, it goes back and forth on that. Amos had started coming to the meetings, so he was giving me okay at the meetings.
Okay.
We don't have anything to do with sending the letters, but it was first a registered letter, and then, followed a 10-day later, I think it's 10 business days later, they send out a follow-up if they haven't heard anything back. And then it goes on to a different tangent if they, do reply. And we have one that, said he's an over-the-road trucker, and he can only get to it once in a while, and so we let it go. We didn't resend another letter, and we're just waiting another month, and he didn't make progress, and so we let it go.
So does the village send the certified letters?
Yes.
The village.
We
does.
don't do it. Jody has been doing all the
Okay.
letters. I mean, that's her job.
Yeah,
She does
okay.
that. So we don't send the letters, and like I said, 95% of the stuff has been brought to us. And so we just follow up on it. We talk about it at the meeting, and then mayor says, yes, let's send a letter. We don't decide that. And all the stuff we have done is per the ordinance. Now, I realize it was like a growing pains type thing. People Amos said no one had been following through with this for quite a few years. And there were like 20 vehicles we've gotten rid of that were junk. They were either didn't run, no tire, or tires flat, etc. They were dysfunctional. But that all went through the mayor or the council, all of that stuff. We don't do it on our own. It's not us judging, and I'm not aware of any camper, honestly, that if there was a recent letter about a camper, that was
that one was a couple years ago, but I know that I had seen you guys walk by the front of my property with your cameras out taking pictures of stuff. So I'm gonna please, because I'm not gonna get anywhere with this, but I'm gonna say this. But I've been coming to council meetings on and off for the last year, BPA and zoning, and I've watched Kim and Brad recommend city ordinances from Ohio City, Rockford, and Ring. So if you're telling everybody at this council meeting that you guys don't go and research what they're doing in their cities, you're lying to everybody.
That's not a bad thing though to see what, I mean, let me just explain why. When we did our water ordinance, I went to Convoy and I researched their water ordinance, and Jody and I wrote our Willshire, so sometimes research isn't it's not a malicious.
But to say that you don't do it?
Oh, yeah, it's not a malicious thing always. Sometimes it's just gathering information or knowledge. Cause we directly wrote our water with.
I'm not saying research is not a bad thing,
Yeah.
I'm an engineer,
Yeah.
alright? So I know all about research.
Yeah.
So, it's that simple. But for you to sit here and tell people, especially another council member, that you haven't done that, is a bull-faced lie.
I don't say that.
You sat right here and just
came to council and told them August of 24 is the last time we were at Ohio City.
Let her talk, man.
Yeah, go ahead, I'm sorry, man. That's the last I've got on it. I know what you said in other meetings.
Thanks. I just am hearing a lot of people say about we gotta follow the processes and there's procedures and all of that. I just want to question the legality of this entire meeting, because as soon as Brad took the mayor, you only had 3 council members, which you cannot legally have a meeting with 3 council members. She was not confirmed at that time. So I would question the legality of everything you guys discussed and Kendra's confirmation.
I agree with that, but how do you get past that 3 council members is the only thing I don't know.
I don't know
that.
either. I'm just saying, legally, you
know
have
that.
to have 4 council members.
That's why I originally said maybe we ought to just group up for a week and get more legal
Right.
information first before we go further.
And we definitely could have done it wrong. I mean, we
But I'm
didn't
just-
know everything.
Well, and I'm just saying
Yeah.
that, just so
We-
you guys are
yes.
aware,
Yeah.
that I don't think anything that was discussed in
Yeah.
this council meeting or Kendra's confirmation was legal, because you did not have the proper amount of council members.
But we had, well, if you take all the seats away, your quorum would be based on what's available.
Almost 6.
If you don't, I don't know how it is if you don't have.
That's why I really was saying something about just take a week and try to gather some more
You
information.
literally
on how
don't
this goes.
have that many, I don't know how that works. Seems like quorum's your majority, but.
Right, so maybe we should just adjourn and figure that out before you guys make any decisions and have any permanent decisions of this meeting.
I think we too need to discuss, or need to find out how we can get Jody Berry
And
back
we're
in
still
his
learning
office.
too, we definitely don't know
Or at
everything.
least discuss
Right,
why
well,
so
I mean,
many
you
people
had
have
walked out
resigned.
earlier and saying you didn't wanna be in any trouble or
Yeah.
anything, so I just also
Yeah.
wanted to point that out,
Yeah.
as a council, you don't have enough members to even have a meeting.
Yeah, and we try to do things right, but we definitely don't know everything.
Right.
We're learning too.
I mean, we need to get Jody back in his office. She is a big asset to me.
I wish that she
I've
would
had-
have talked,
I've
like,
had
we didn't,
3
I didn't know.
She's
I didn't know
worked
anything
with
until I
3
came in.
grants.
Yeah.
My grant in particular, or my money's from the USDA. She's working with, starting off with this CBDG, and then also too with the youth activities. Isn't she with the youth activities grant, helping with that?
She got involved just
Yeah.
because we needed to run it through the village.
Right.
We all
love
said, we
Jody.
had that conversation, like, some of us didn't even know. I mean, that's why I said the conversation and the
I think there was-
communication.
So maybe as council members, you need to go speak to those people that have left and find out why,
Well,
and
we
get
have-
their,
Yeah,
see if they actually sent a resignation letter
Right.
and find out,
right,
and see why, and what it would take for them to rescind that.
yeah, and we have to only go one at a time, not 2 of us, so.
Right.
Brian Hess did send a letter,
Yes, he,
so she
his
is
is good, and we
officially
have
on council.
councils.
She can be sworn in anytime.
She
She don't have to be sworn in at a meeting, like, as the acting president, you could swear her in not at a meeting, anytime.
Okay,
That
so
is
she
true.
can be appointed by him and not have to have.
Yeah,
the
as the
council vote.
president, acting as the mayor or the president, yes, that is legitimate. Yes. But the rest, you're right, we'd have to do research, and I can call the ethics board tomorrow, and the whole meeting may be scrapped, so.
Totally off subject, but, I did give Jody and Amos the beautiful Leon and Ruth Marble's house that you can't see
By the quarry.
by the quarry. I do have the lady's name and phone number. I did give it to Jody. I did give it to Brad. I've also talked to the township people. They have now sent it to commissioners, and they're supposed to be, if she doesn't reply back within so I don't know if she got the letter yet, but she's got 10 days to respond, and they want to evict her. So that's,
So you gave it to Amos, not me?
it was after the last meeting last month. I got her number because she didn't show up for an appointment. So I had her name and phone number, so I gave it to Amos and I gave it to, I can
Okay.
give it to you.
Yeah.
I still
okay.
have it on
Okay,
my
I was
book.
gonna say, I don't remember
but-
doing it, but.
Just so that you guys are aware of kind of where that property stands and what's going on with that.
Village owns 3/4 around the whole quarry and the quarry. That
And
property
she
right
has
there-
been really, really nasty to people even trying to get around
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And that property there is actually township property.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
that's how it has to go through the township trustees
Yes.
as well.
But
It
I-
has to go through there.
But I was just trying to give,
And-
nobody
and-
knew what her number was or what her name was, and I just happened to fall into that information and was
If it
trying to
goes
get
back
that.
to where she gets evicted or whatever, it goes to the township don't want it, the village is in second chance of getting that property. I'd love to see that property cleaned up. I'd like
Oh,
to
it would
have
be
a
nice if it was
A
cleaned
nice
up.
village sign right there, welcome to the village of Willshire,
Yeah.
you can see that, and it's,
Well, if Ruth and Leon Marble
Yes.
was alive, they would be rolling over, or they probably are rolling over in their grave now, because they took such pride in that property. And all you young people don't know who Leon and Ruth Marble are, sorry. They were major horse people, great people, the nicest people.
We didn't accept the mayor's resignation. We didn't
Well,
accept
based
the
on what
resi-
we've discovered, I don't think we can do that. I don't think we can accept the resignation.
No,
That's what I'm saying, I don't think.
no, not since Gage left.
That's what I'm saying, I don't think,
So we can't elect the president?
I would,
We can't motion ourselves out either,
yeah.
meeting adjourned.
Yep.
What a night.
So somehow, I hope I can find
Dig a deeper hole.
somebody that can text the village about next Monday,
Thanks for stopping by.
Yep.
because I do not know how to get it out there.